Hey, this is Jeff with Atlantic Arcade Sales, Service Repair. Got my mask on. Anyway, y'all, we're out here. Delivered a game in Sumter, South Carolina. Just wanted to run through some of the instructions to help them understand how to play these games. We're now in the Arcade Classic menu. I'm going to take you out and go back into a few different things to kind of walk you through to get back to the overall game menu. I'm going to hit this middle yellow button, which this is player 2 on the 4-way games, but it's player 1 in the 2-way games. And I'm going to try to walk through that to explain that to you. So, the majority of these games are going to be 2-player games. So, but with being a 4-player, this has almost 80 4-player games. So, to get to those games, we're going to have to enter the Arcade Classics. We can navigate that menu by going up or down with this, which would be your second set of controls. So we're going to use this joystick right here to go up or down. You can see it goes through all the different consoles and different things you can play. And we're going to go to Arcade Classics, that's highlighted, and we're going to hit the black button above this set of controls. This is now going to enter us into Arcade Classics. Now we can scroll through by using up or down. We can hold it up or down to go a little quicker. Up, down, because it's a lot of games. Or we can hold the joystick left to right to go really fast. So it'll just scroll through super fast going left to right. But you can do them one at a time, just like I'm doing, by holding it up or down. And so, what I'm going to do here is, we're going to go to a 4-player game. We're going to start with 4-player, then show you 2-player, then show you consoles. So now we've got an X-Men to enter. We're going to hit this black button right here. This is going to load in X-Men. Once it's loaded in, with all arcade games, we have to credit them. We won't be putting money into the real Condor mechs, but we're going to be hitting this credit button right here. You don't have to do that with console games like Nintendo or Super Nintendo, PlayStation, and not. You just have to do that with arcade games, and we're in the Arcade Classic menu now. So, then we're just going to credit things. Credit player 1. This button will credit that one. And so on. So you can, these are your 4 players, so we just got them credited up.
Colossus. Storm. In the 21st century.
So it loads them in. So these are all your players. I'm going to check these before I go. So I was just running through checking all the players, make sure they're moving up and down, left, right, making sure all the buttons are working properly. To exit any of these games after you started playing, we're going to go back to this. This is going to be your main control that handles everything. We're going to hold this black button down for about 2 seconds. Everything will stop, and then you let up on the button. You can then go back into navigating through all the different games you can play. So with this card, it incorporates also 4-player and 2-player games, so all the 2-player games are in as well. When you are playing 2-player games, these are going to be 1 and 2. The one's right in the middle. When you're playing 4-player games, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just goes in a row just like that. But most of the games are 2-player, so you can be playing right here. All your console games are going to be 2-player, so you're going to be playing these 2 right here. So now we've figured out how to play 2-player, 4-player arcade games. I know the kids are going to play console, so what we're going to have to do to get out of this menu, we're going to hit this top yellow button, just tap it. It's going to take us out now where we can take our joystick, and we can scroll through Atari 7800, ColecoVision, Sega. We can go through all these different platforms. Once you get to a platform, let's say it's a Super Nintendo or Nintendo, we're going to once again, this is your player 1 and 2 with all console games. We're going to hit this black button here. Now we're in the menu, and once again, we just the same process. We just scroll up and down till we see anything that we want to play. In And these Nintendo games, there's also kids, very young learning games that are in here as well. If you look for them, I can tell you how to get to those in another video. But let's say we want to play Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So we're going to find Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. It shows the box, tells you the year, all these things. But we're going to just go back to our regular button. It's loading everything in. The Player 1 black button. It takes right off. So then it's just a matter of figuring out, you know, with the console games, they have a little intro, also little different things. So now we're going right into playing. So you just have to figure out each console is a little different with the buttons, but you'll figure it out kind of as you go. Just make little notes with each game that you have. And so anytime we want to get out of a game, we're going to go to this. This will be Player 1, Player 2. In the 2-player games, we're going to hold down that black button for 2 seconds. Let up. It's going to take us right back to this menu. We can then go back through more Super Nintendo games, or we can hit this top middle yellow button, and we can go right back. We can go to Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and once again, PlayStation. All we're going to do once we get to PlayStation, to get in, we're going to hit, once again, our Player 1 button. And now we're in PlayStation games. We can scroll through, find whatever it is we want to play, and when we're ready to play it, same black button. Which I guess the best way to understand, just the one right under the U would probably be a little bit better way to kind of get used to it, knowing where it's at. And then you just hit that to load in your game, and once again, it's going to start playing just like the others. I'm going to go back through and walk through a couple things just to help you out. So this is started up on the PlayStation. We're going to hold down that black button for 2 seconds to get back to this menu. We're going to touch the top yellow button to get back to this menu. And now we're in the overall menu. Once again, here's arcade games. We're going to load in arcade games. And now, just to kind of, you know, help you understand too, you know, a few other little things, just to show you. Once again, remember, majority of these are 2-player games. When you're playing a 2-player game, this is going to be Player 1, and this is going to be Player 2. These two right in the middle with 6 buttons. Player 1, Player 2. When playing a 4-player game, Player 1, 2, 3, 4. All players have to be credited. So when you're playing a 2-player game, this is your credit button. When you're playing a 4-player game, this credits this player. That black button credits that one credits that one. That one credits that one. So, and I can help you through this. It just takes a minute sometimes to get used to it, but so you just kind of run through, look for the games that you want to play, whatever it may be. There's Super Pac-Man. So we're going to go right here to load Super Pac-Man. That button always loads our games. So now we're in, and we have to credit. So now that it's credited, we can hit 1 or 2, but both players we played through this one. Once again, to get out, we're going to hold this right here. If you have any questions or concerns, you just give me a call at 843-450-0171, and I can help you figure things out. It'll take just, you know, a day or so to kind of learn the little intricate things. After that, you'll be ready to go. Any problems whatsoever, you give me a call, 843-450-0171. Get your game on. Thank you so much.